I mean, hell, when I started bodybuilding, everybody said Phil's got overpowering arms, no chest, and no back.
At Destination Dallas, will Phil and I destroy and break some barbells and weights.
Because of the way you train, even with the power building and stuff, you're still able to develop muscle separation. So therefore, you have acquired so much size over the year. Even when you're 280, you don't look inflamed. Does that make sense? You may be in a situation, everyone, that, look, COVID happened, we understand. But this is where strong men and women fight for what they want. And they actually, and in the bodybuilding sense, that's how we all have gotten great.
Pressure.
We start off awesome. I mean, hell, when I started bodybuilding, everybody said Phil's got overpowering arms, no chest, and no back. And I had to work at that. Same with things in personal life and business and entrepreneurship. You know the deal, Mike. So those are the things, guys, that, you know, we're here to, you know, just tell a segment of our stories to hopefully enlighten you to know that you're not alone and that there's people like us who you may, in fact, look up to, but know that there's some commonality through the work that we have done and that you're not too far from where you need to be.
Maybe something you guys don't know that are watching this right now, and everybody that's going to show up in Texas, in Dallas at 12 o'clock Saturday to sit down with us. And hopefully you come, like we said earlier, the Bruce Lee whole mindset of empty your cup. Come willing to understand and listen. And then that's going to open you up to something. But something for everybody that's in a small little town or in a location far away from Texas, we're going to try to show this to everybody on Saturday. But also understand this, that both Phil and I are Washington State boys. I grew up in a nice little area where we didn't have to lock the doors. Not like where you grew up.
Oh, no.
So we're going to talk about that and talk about the aspect of coming from Washington and doing what we've done and still doing to this day. And then also I want to go into something that very few people get to talk about, is the conversations that you had and I had with Joe Weider by ourselves that transformed us. And that, right?
We're going to, hey, you guys wanted it, we're giving it to you raw and uncut. You know, I'm very excited. This is news to me, everyone, that Mike has this planned. I'm going to use my athletic brain and forget everything he just said. So then it is once he delivers that to me, so then I can give you my most authentic self. But man, I'm very, obviously I'm excited to see you, brother. Tell everybody, because when do you fly in? You flying Friday, Thursday, tomorrow?
We are in on Thursday, and I know that there is going to be an absolute craziness going on at Destination Dallas where you can come and watch, but there's no real interaction because the animals will bite at 4 o'clock at Destination Dallas. Well, Phil and I destroy and break some barbells and weights with a little savage workout. But you guys can come by and watch. We're going to be in the workout, so we won't be doing any question and answers at that time. But come by Destination Dallas, say hello to everybody. There will be some icon meals for you guys there. And then, again, we'll be there on Saturday. When do you get in?
We fly in, so we land, I believe, just before 1 p.m. So, God willing, on time, safe and sound, we get there. And then I believe we got early check-in. So just basically drop the bags off, probably pound a meal real quick, and then just come meet you or ride together, whatever. And, you know, have a great time. You know, the cool thing is, like you said, I mean, we're going to be in our happy element, or one of our happiest elements, and that is the gym. and Destination Dallas has been so
Great.
awesome, you know, having us there, and yes, having Icon there as well. Be sure to hit them up with everything that they're going to have to offer. And yeah, Mike and I we haven't trained together, so it's like,
No, we haven't.
It's definitely something that, you know, I'm very excited about. And I say that so then when people are there, they're going to notice, like, you know, I may be in a certain space because I'm going to be analyzing. Because guys, when you train with someone, I'm also learning. Hell, I got Sandow's in the house. I've got all kind of awards and stuff. But when we talk about emptying your cup, what can I learn from Mike? And that's why I'm there. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, we'll train. As long as we're not hitting legs up right after the plane ride. I mean, I'm good, right? But you know, we're gonna kill some weights. We're gonna have
Wait
some
a minute. Your arms are basically legs. So it's the second legs.
What
or
is
the third legs, and put it that way.
Let me ask you a question, since I've been stuff. So has anyone ever given a nickname to your muscles?
Not my muscles.
How
about you?
X, or like, you know, like anything like that? I had, the reason why I say that, I made you blush. That's funny. I had a guy in Trinidad and Tobago bring me out, and then he later brought me out to another event. I believe it was Barbados. And he said, there's a story about your arms. And I'm like, okay, let's hear it. He goes, no. Like, they're not biceps or triceps. I said, oh, what are they? He goes, they're Heath-ceps. I said, kind of corny, but I'll roll with it. Kind of corny, but I'll roll with it, right? But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where I've been always fortunate to have good arms. And I think we're going to kill.
Stop. They're not good arms. It's like the greatest arms ever, man. So let's not even do that. So again, Saturday, 12 o'clock, you and me. There's so much, and I know I'm going to try to keep this going too, because of the fact that there's so much I want to sit and ask you, because of your upbringing and where you came from. And it's there's little things about you that I just think are just incredible, and they have nothing to do with bodybuilding. They have nothing to do with that kind of stuff. So there's stuff I want to get into on that aspect of it, because I think that stuff is going to help me tremendously. So I'm looking forward to this time. And then that's it, man. You and me. And thanks for doing this today.
Oh, this is great. It was a good way to break up my meeting schedule with all of the Zoom calls and stuff. And, you know, when you told me, I was like, yes, I will do this. It needed like a little bit of a break. And this is my break. And, you know, for me, it's like all of my friends live in other states. So it's not like I say, hey, Mike, Mona, I'm coming over. You know, like,
right.
You know, it's like we have to do these things. So it's going to be awesome to see you guys. Is Mona coming?
Yeah, she's coming. She's coming.
And what about
no striker and no Titan.
Ah, okay. Well,
because she can't do anything if Titan sees her.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She's still at that stage where everything's, which is weird, because I'm still at that stage. If I see her, I can't do anything. So
yeah, you can't do anything without her around, right? Like, I have the same. It's not even a problem. I have the same situation, and but that'll be great, because you know, the four of us can actually hang and talk trash.
I love this. I love this.
Hey, Mona.
I can't wait.
Look, I'm so fascinated over her muscles, right? It's like I always
I got feel Heath's arms. I always say that. Mm-hmm. I am so excited to see you and Mrs. this weekend.
No, it's going to be great. And one of the things that I got to remind us to do is we have to take pictures, because we're going to take pictures all day long. But one of the things that I've realized due to, like, we'll call it post-COVID, is I miss my friends, and I don't have photographs of me with my friends. And Mona, I've known you for a long time, and like, how many photos have we done, and this and that, and it's like, no.
I got one picture with you, and I've been holding on for like something big. It's from India.
Those are the, like, wait a minute, I have no video collage of like the people who I like.
Yeah.
I have pictures with fans from all over the world, which is great. But with people who I really call friends, I go through my phone. I'm like, well, that sucks, because what if, you have a birthday and I want to shout you out, and I'm like, I have no photos. So
You can say that because you like taking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take a tons.
Mike is the
I'll
opposite.
take
He's
tons with no, but with
Mike is so
friends,
pretty that he loves taking photographs.
He just goes out.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait.
And
Yeah.
real quick, I know we got to run. How, real fast, you were filming not too long ago, and what like weight range do you go through? Like, is it 10 pounds, 5 pounds when you know that like you're
Ooh, what?
No, we really pushed it. I tried to get to 250 because
okay?
I'm always around 285,
Got it.
and so I really I did everything I possibly can, to the point of every other day was a fasted day. Every other day from that was 2 hours of cardio. So I was trying to rip everything down to come into that project, because it was a big opportunity for me, and I just wanted to show everything I possibly can. And then you understand this. Going on film and being the big muscle guy doesn't help you, but going on film and having the separation and looking superhero-ish, that sets you up to win.
Well, with this, and that just goes to my next thing is, because of the way you train, even with the power building and stuff, you're still able to develop muscle separation. So therefore, you have acquired so much size over the years that you can have more than one look on camera. Whereas I've spoken about this, but not purely in depth, and maybe one day I'll have a podcast and I'll totally dive in. But real fighters or actors don't always have one look. They can do ones where they're overweight doing a role, or totally emaciated and do a role. They you got Christian Bale as Batman. You have Christian Bale. He was in that boxing movie, with Mark Wahlberg. I think it was The Fighter. I can't remember. But
The Machinist, he went down to 145 pounds. The Machinist. Bro. And 220 for Batman.
I mean, there you go. So I was just curious, because I was seeing the clips, the behind the scenes stuff, and I was like, man, like, you really put in a lot of work to look like that. And I know that it will look even better. And my whole point is that when you fluctuate and you're able to figure out your body, obviously you're learning new things, but more importantly, you're getting on those awesome 4K, 5K red cameras, and they can now see the detail that wouldn't be shown if you didn't diet or over diet, right?
Right.
So you get it. That's why I was he gets it. Of course he does. He's Michael Hearn. I get it. But I just
what's cool though is I would say maybe a very small handful of people would have picked up on that. A handful of people. He put it in and did something completely different, skipped out from bodybuilding. He just tried to tear it off and come in completely visually different. And I was saying, hey, what kind of shape do you want to get in? I want to get in shape to where people go, wait a minute, is that Michael Hearn? Not, hey, that's Michael Hearn in shape. I wanted to complete out. Right. Is that Michael Hearn? And is that recent or was that years ago? And so, yeah, you see it and you pick up on it, and that's because you've been around it. You understand the concept.
Yeah, and it makes you look younger, healthier, because you're eating healthy, like you're training. And when you don't have, and the key word here, guys and girls, is inflammation. So when you are dieting this way and eating the right things for your body type, you're reducing inflammation that may be in your face, your abdomen, because these are two areas that are noticeable the most. But one of the things that I will say, and I'll be quiet, is the emotional aspect of how to get through that has triggered your body to always look healthy. when people are going through troubling times, they hold it in their face and their gut. It's proven science, right? Water retention, cortisol, you name it, right? So it's a true testament, because one of those things that I did post 2020 Olympia was go on a whole cleanse, but on a spiritual side as well as just gut microbiome. And because of that, Shreya posted a few pics, and she was like, this is how you looked like 2 weeks prior. And look at your eyes, look at your cheeks, look at like your skin. And I've always had good skin, but it was just different. And I've always noticed that with you, that even when you're 280, you don't look inflamed. Does that make sense? Like it's just very interesting. And I give you mad props, because